Hi, I'm Gunplumu. I wanted to make a quick video to introduce myself and this channel. Some of you may already know me from Twitter or Instagram, but for you who don't, I am a 144 scale focused modeler. I will do things outside of the 144 scale, and I will do things outside of the Gundam spectrum, but for the most part, that's my lane. I prefer 144 scale because they're kind of a blank canvas and there's less gimmicks to work around that you run into with the master grades. I'm a big fan of working proportions, and you have a little bit more accessibility to that with the 144 scale. And again, when you want to work detail, there's less to erase if it's too much. There's plenty of room to add as much as you want. It's just a very open thing to be more as creative as you want, or follow whatever art you like. If you have a certain art from a certain artist, you are a little bit more, I feel it's a little easier to get there. Not saying that the master grade line isn't awesome, because it is, but that's just not what I like to work. The things that you can expect from this channel will be, it's mostly gonna be a vlog-based channel. So a lot of me talking to you and then working at the desk. We will be going over how to do proportions, how to do things the way that I like to do them. Reviews and things like that aren't really something that I'm going to do a lot of. I'll definitely show the things that I like to use and the tools that I already enjoy. But let's be fair, we all know Guy Notes is good paint. We all know that Mr. Hobby is good. We all know God Hands makes good stuff and Despae makes good stuff. And there's already people out there that are doing those things that probably do them a lot better than I would. So I'm very unlikely to go out and buy something for the sake of reviewing it, unless it's something that I bought and I like it and I want to share it with you guys. Kits, I definitely will not do full videos on kit reviews. There's 1,000 people doing it, and there's a few people that, if you ask me, I'll send you in their direction, that'll do it much better than me, because they've dedicated kind of to that. Again, I'll tell you what I think of a kit outside the box, but for the most part, it'll be from the perspective of someone who's going to probably cut it up into a bunch of pieces and put it back together. You know, I'm not worried too much about where the kit starts. I'm more worried about how to get it where I want to get it. Again, I have no problem with that kind of content, but it's not what I think I'll be producing. How-tos, again, will be how I like to do things. Not so much that it's the best way to do it, but it's how I found to do it through practice and figuring out. And every kit is a little different. You have to go about proportion work with different kits a different way, depending on how the hips are set up, how the legs are set up, where the detail's at, where different moving parts are, kind of each one. So you could come to this channel and see a kit that I'm working on and go, well, this is how Moo did it. Maybe I'll try it this way, and then tweak it how you want. Mostly just want to share my hobby experience and just have fun. For this channel, you'll see kind of a focus on proportions and a good clean finish and kind of a minimalistic approach to detail. That's just how I like to work, so that's how a lot of my stuff's going to come out. Some of the things I'm working on that will be seen on this channel are, first will be this high grade Universal Century rig dom. And this is going to be a really fun kit. I'm really looking forward to getting into it because it's a very old kit. And it's a mobile suit that I really like. I really like the dom. I like how it's kind of minimalistic and derpy and bulky. And I like that. You'll see a lot of mono eyes on here because I like that aesthetic. I like the kind of bulky derpiness of them, and they're fun. This is an old kit. I think it's around 2004, 2006 in that spectrum. And I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm looking forward to sharing this kit because there's a lot of cool stuff that I'm gonna have to do to it. Probably have to rebuild some joints, definitely gonna have to stretch it out a little bit. It's gonna be fun. Then I have a high grade Gundam the Origin Zaku. The fun part about this kit is it's a secondhand kit. And you'll probably see that in the future. I have a tendency of buying kits secondhand because you run into situations where people are like, I've moved on to master grades, I snap build, I don't really want to do high grades anymore, so I need to make room for all these master grades I bought, and I need to sell them. And you can get really good prices, but sometimes it's a gamble. And that's where this kit comes in, is the individual who I bought this from with a bunch of other kits that they were selling, obviously was very new to the hobby at the time. and cleaning nubs and doing the overall like runner cleanup. Wasn't super knowledgeable on, and it'll give me a chance to kind of show how to fix things like that, because we all make those mistakes. Every once in a while you're working, it's too late, you probably shouldn't have been in bed, but for some reason you want to get this kit snapped together and you nip it too close and gouge the plastic. And there's almost always a way to fix something that you do. I've done things that I wasn't able to recover from. I've melted whole kits because I slipped and spilled cement all over them and it was a mess. But there's almost always a way to fix that, and that's kind of what this kit will be focused on, is the repair work, and then obviously proportions and things. And I personally think this is a great kit to get into modifying kits with, because there's some very, I want to say, staple modifications to make this thing look really good. The seam repair on the back is a little bit more involved than a lot of other kits, and the shoulders are too far away. There's just some staple things that I'll do before I go on to any more proportions, such as like I started with the chest, because this chest it's a purely a preference thing. I like the more squared out, bulkier Zaku chests, whereas this one, they're very round with some, in my opinion, goofy details that I want to add my own. So I think that kit would be a lot of fun, give me a chance to showcase a lot of fun stuff, and a lot of useful and practical things going forward, because there's some things on there that you're probably going to run into when you start modifying your kits, because shoulders and hip placement are a huge one. You can just do those things on a model kit and really change its overall presence and silhouette. This one is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Now, this is going to be part of a group build with a Discord I'm part of, and so it'll be a minute till I start it. But what I think is cool about this EG, the RX-78 EG, is it's a $5 kit if you can get it in a store, like a Target, or I think Hobby Lobby has them. But it's like an $8 kit, and it's a great kit to pick up and go, if I ruin this thing, I'm out $5. If I make it look awesome, it's kind of a good flex and a good test of your ability, or just to learn, just keep hammering away at it till you finish it. And so what I want to do is I want to take this cheap kit and I want to see how far we can push it, to see how good we can get the proportions and how good we get the detail, and kind of using the reference of the master grade RX-78 2.0, which is very anime accurate, very minimalistic on detail, very iconic look, and I really like that. Now, what you're going to see probably the most of in the next probably 2 months is an event that I'm part of called the Solarian Project, which is a very important project to me personally. The project is an emphasis on mental health awareness, and it's put on by a good friend of mine, the Salty Robot, and I'll link his Instagram page in the bio. And if nothing else, even if you don't want to participate in the Solarian Project, I think it's very important to see the things that he's sharing, because mental health, I think, goes beyond just I have a mental illness. Your mental health can be off and not have a mental illness. That's something I'm not gonna get into right now a whole lot, but I will definitely get into more as I work on the build that I'm doing for this. The event ends in November, and then there will be a book that artists and modelers of all different walks, there's Gundam modelers, there's car modelers, there's mini painters, all sorts of people that are participating in this, that will be printed in this book, and it'll come out, and all the proceeds for the book go towards, I'm not sure what 100%, you'd have to ask Salty on that one, but I know for sure the Trevor Project, which is a fantastic charity I've donated to before in the past, and that's another one. If you're not sure what it is, I definitely think you should check it out. But anyways, the model that I'm picked to do is this high grade Zeta Plus C1, because the group color is purple. It has purple in it already. And I just love this kit, and I wanted to use a kit that I really enjoy, that I really could get into and really have fun for this project. And the thing that'll be good for content wise is there's a lot of like pretty basic proportion modifications that are going to go on. So limb extensions, waist extensions, hip modifications, stuff like that. And then it can show you the basic modifications, and then sometimes the secondary things that come with that, such as, oh, there's a gap here now, or oh, I lengthened the legs, now the knees look weird, so I gotta lengthen those, and now the waist looks little, so I gotta make that bigger. It kind of works its way up, and it'll give me a chance to show you my flow and my process to how I achieve that, which is ever changing. I'm still learning, just like everybody else. So, you know, if in the future, if you do something a certain way, please feel free to shoot it in the comments or however you want. But so those are the things that I'm working on right now, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. There's also some other things that I will probably bring up in the next couple months that I'll be working on. I'm part of a group called Primal Labs, and we have a GM group build going on. I'm kind of late to the game on that, but it's kind of an ongoing group build for people that just love the GM, and I'm a big fan of grunt suits, GMs, and Zakus, and things like that. And then there'll be things on the Instagram and Twitter that may not make it here, because there's not really anything worth showing here, besides maybe a quick whip vlog or something to explain what I'm doing or why they're there. Now, the reason why I wanted to create this channel is simply just to kind of share my hobby experience with the community a little more, and to try and give back as much as I can. I've been very fortunate and met some really amazing people here in this community that have really been helpful. Primal Labs has been huge in helping me, because, you know, they'll tell you what is wrong and they'll tell you how to fix it without being like kind of rude about it, but they'll let you know, hey, this is here, you should fix that. And then I've had, even before then, I've had some amazing people that have, one of my real good friends, I was part of a Facebook group, and I just bought lacquer paint. I had no idea how to use it. I just bought it from my local store, and I just put out a blank status on there. Hey, how do you use lacquer paint? And this guy who's actually become one of my very good friends has went through, and I mean, I got a seminar. I got essentially a Facebook Messenger seminar on how to use lacquer paints and how to prepare the surface and stuff. It was amazing. So I've been very fortunate, and I want to try and give some of that back the best that I can. And going forward, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to give back as much as I can. So that's about what I have to say. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, same name, Gunplamoo. If you're interested in following around and see what we get into here, you know, please feel free to subscribe, and we'll get going here pretty soon. I want to try and get about 2 videos a week. That's my goal. At first, that may be a little harder, but once I get a new routine, I think it'll be a little easier, and, you know, try to work my way to maybe 3 in the future. But for right now, I want to try and hit about 2 videos a week. Again, I would please, if you're interested or even wanted to check it out, check out the Solarian project, check out the Salty Robot. I'll link some of that stuff in the bio. Check out Primal Labs. There's some amazing individuals there making just incredible work. And I'm really looking forward to doing this channel. I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. So thank you.